It's been 9 days since the city moved into the area on Marginal Way next to Trader Joe's and cleared that encampment out. And while some people in the camp found other parts of the city to set up camp, others didn't go very far at all. One camp is on state land between I-295 and Marginal Way. That's where News Center Maine's Jack Mulmud is tonight. And Jack, it seems like at least one business owner's beef is more with the city than those in that new camp.
That's right, Sam. We spoke with the owner of Play It Again Sports, who is actually right across the street from this encampment that you could see behind me along Marginal Way. He says that he knows a lot of these people don't have anywhere else to go since they were kicked out of the encampment in the Bayside neighborhood, and rather, he says he's taking his frustration out on local leaders.
Because pretty soon, the greatest city in New England to live in is not going to be very soon.
Scott Russo has owned Play It Again Sports on Marginal Way for 20 years. A section of town that has always had its issues, but lately,
you know, there have been several ambulance and fire calls there that can't be unseen. We've had several fights.
A growing encampment next door to his business. People forced out of the Bayside encampment by the city of Portland last week.
These are people, and they're people in crisis.
Scott says he's seen the news. The people living on the streets of Portland literally have nowhere safe to sleep at night. He says he's empathetic to the situation they're facing, and he has some thoughts about how the city is handling it.
If the plan by our government is to just ignore the problem and just move it once every 2 to 4 weeks, I don't see how the citizens of Portland can be happy with this plan.
You know, people are feeling hopeless right now, I think, in the streets.
Henry Meyer, the program director for Elena's Way Shelter for Preble Street, says the city and state need more resources.
I don't know where the help comes from, but the status quo right now is unacceptable. And we must find a way to support all of these people who are sleeping outside and build real pathways back to housing.
You know, it don't look good for us, it don't look good for the city. And, you know, I love it here, I want to keep it clean.
Bruce Cavallero, you may remember him from earlier this week.
My tent was destroyed in the rain, so I had shorts and a poncho on.
Now his tent is fixed.
I'm just going to pick things up and I want to clean it all up, make it look good.
He's keeping his new space as neat as he can, piece by piece, an attempt to prevent the Department of Transportation from removing this encampment from the parking lot, which it owns.
You know, it's almost like they're embarrassed because we're homeless.
When asked about it Thursday, the Maine DOT said it had no comment to offer, only that it will continue to monitor the situation.
One of my biggest fears is that my family gets forgotten. And I don't want, you know, like these homeless people, I don't want them to get forgotten.
That's why Bruce tells us he continues to clean here. In the meantime, he's praying that he'll soon catch a break.
This could be anybody out there. It could be anybody. This could happen to any person watching or listening right now. This could happen to you.
Now, we reached out to the city today for comment, and they couldn't provide anybody to speak with us on camera, but they did tell us that they are working on a task force which will do more outreach efforts here to bring people to shelter, and they said that more info on that should be expected next week. Brian?
Jack Mulmud with the latest on the new encampment. Thank you, Jack.